our next coach, the head coach of the Presbyterian College Blue Hose, Harold Nichols. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Mark.
Hope you had a good open day, got some rest and some other relaxation as you prepare for the Running Bulldogs coming to town this Saturday. We'll open up, talk about what the team did this past week, and then we'll start talking about Gardner-Webb.
Yeah, well, the open date came at a good time for us. We had gone 7 straight and allowed us an opportunity to kind of catch our breath, do some self-study, and kind of regroup. We've had a couple of guys that had nicks and dings that really needed the week to try to get back fully healthy, and I think for the most part we'll get some guys back that will be able to help us in the ball game on Saturday. Open date's always a time where you can, keep developing your younger players, guys that are coming down the pipeline that could maybe factor in this year or definitely in the years to come. So we were able to go back to the kind of the ABCs of football to a certain degree. And I've got a senior daughter in high school who was her homecoming, and she was on the homecoming court, so I got to be a dad and stand out there with her at halftime of the local high school football game, and so I got a chance to do that, which that was pretty special. So, but overall, I thought it was a good week. It comes right after midterms of the semester. Academics are always something that we're working on, and so it gives us an opportunity to kind of catch our breath there too and refocus, and so we can finish out the semester strong, so we can do well in school too and compete in the classroom like we do on the field. So it was a good week. Obviously, looking forward to this week's preparation for a good Gardner-Webb team.
All right, Coach, at this time we'll start taking questions for Harold Nichols. To ask a question, please press *1 on your phone at any time, or click the Q&A link near the top of your browser, and click raise hand if you join us via the web. And while we wait for some questions, Coach, I asked this of Coach McCray. Both defenses are pretty sound on that side of the ball. Last year's game was a 14-7 outcome. On paper, it looks like it's going to be another low-scoring affair. Just how these two teams match up defensively, and where some what's on stake for the Blue Hose offensively going against the Gardner-Webb defense.
Well, a lot of respect for them, with their football team. It's hard to compare scores of games, and what you think might be a low-scoring affair ends up being just the exact opposite, and vice versa. I do know this. I know their football team is well coached. They fit right defensively, and all their run fits. They do some things schematically that causes you problems, and it's a player's game. And O.J. Mal, their defensive lineman, nobody can block him. I mean, he is a tremendous football player. He's got a great motor, uses his hands well. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was the preseason defensive player of the year in our league, and deservedly so. And then you get Tanner Birch and Chad Jeter, guys that have played a good bit for them at the second level. Impressed with them in the secondary. They all are tall and rangy, can run. All pose problems for us. I think you heard Coach McCray talking about playing the game the right way. Kicking game, being able to sustain some drives offensively. I think turnovers, all those things are going to become a big part of this football game coming up this weekend, and just like it is each and every week. But I know it's a challenge for us because I've got so much respect for Coach McCray and the staff and what they do up there and how well coached they are, and I know it's going to be uphill for us. There's no doubt about it.
And Tyrell Maxwell, Gardner-Webb's quarterback, getting his first starts all year. Obviously, he's their number one quarterback. He's had some peaks and valleys for them this year. Just your initial thoughts on him and what challenges he poses.
Well, I think he's probably one of the most dynamic players in our league. I mean, he's a big, tall guy that can run, that can make plays with his arm or his leg. With young quarterbacks, they're going to have a learning curve, and I can see where he's made improvements over the course of the year. he'll be a tough challenge. He's as good a player as we've faced all year at that position. I will say that. And along with him, Mike Estes, our tight ends, is a very talented player, and they do some really good things. They got some tall, lean guys that can run outside. Their backs are good. They hit the hole. And then they do some things schematically offensively, which causes you some concerns. You got to make sure you fit it right. So, a lot of respect for the Maxwell kid. I think he is a good player and is going to be a really good player in our league. He's just a tremendous athlete and can make, like I say, he can beat you on the ground or in the air. And I know that Coach McCray is glad he's on his team.
And my last question for you, we've had, with Donnell Williams already in the top 5 in league history in tackles, Tanner Birch from Gardner-Webb approaching the 300 tackle milestone. Just, from the time you've seen both players, there's similarities and the things they both do well.
Well, I think Coach McCray said it best. You get older kids in this league that have a lot of starts underneath their belt. They've got savvy to them. They've got experience and composure and poise, and they play the game the right way. And Donnell has been that way here for us. I don't think we're really going to be able to appreciate him until he leaves, because he has done so much for our program in so many ways, not only from how he played on Saturday afternoons and nights, but, the leadership that he has in the locker room. And I'm sure, Coach McCray feels the same way about Tanner. They're just good players that know how to play the game, that get prepared each and every week. And, there's no secret why that they're good on Saturdays. They've got great work ethic, I'm sure, just like Tanner does. And, I think those guys just have some composure and some experience. And you can't buy that in a store. It's something that is earned over a course of time. And, as an opposing coach, you learn to appreciate players on other teams and their gifts and talents. And, and I know, those guys that they've gotten in that second level on defense are really good. And I know that they're glad that they're on their team.
All right, Coach, I'm not seeing other questions for you, so we'll let you go. But thanks for joining us. And good luck Saturday against Gardner-Webb.
Well, thank you, Mark. Appreciate all you guys do for us at the conference office there. I want to wish all the other coaches in the league good luck this weekend.
Very good. Thanks, Coach.